A few days ago, I posted some music that I described as a consonant one-measure loop that uses all 12 tones. Here's what it sounds like. On that video, I received a friendly comment stating that an explanation might be a good idea, so let's discuss it. When creating this, I set out to create a one-measure loop with as much depth and interest as possible. The first step was to choose the harmony for the loop, or what notes will be played. To get the maximum possible depth in terms of harmony, why not try using every single note available in Western music? If I haphazardly play them all at once, smushed together, we get this sound. It's quite dissonant and may be suitable for some pieces, but I was interested in making the loop as consonant as possible instead. How can we do this? Even two notes played close together clash dissonantly. However, if we simply separate them by one octave, it sounds a lot more consonant. If we separate them even further, it sounds even more consonant. So the first and simple way to get all 12 notes sounding more beautiful and pleasing is simply to spread them out. Listen to me playing completely random notes spread far apart on my piano. Already, it sounds like a real harmony, not a dissonant scrunch. To get it sounding even more consonant, I need to assign a function to each note in the context of a certain chord. To start, let's use C major as the basis of our chord. Each note has a designated function. The C is the root, the foundational home note of the chord. The G is the fifth of the chord, which pairs with the root to complete the solid structure of our foundation. The E is the third of the chord, which gives it its strongest flavor. We can choose major or minor, and in this case, I chose major. We can continue adding odd-numbered intervals above the root note. Each one changes the flavor of the chord slightly, with less and less of an effect as you get more distant from the root. Each one, like the third, has multiple options, but let's just see what I picked here. Starting with the major seventh B. Next, the major ninth D. Then the augmented 11th F sharp, also called the sharp 11th if we are being less pedantic. Then the major 13th A. Up to now, these are very normal and expected extensions of the triad. But even though these common extensions have now run out, we can still keep adding more odd-numbered intervals anyway. Let's reinterpret the next one, C sharp, as D flat instead, and then continue with F natural and A flat, and then repeat another C and F at the top because I like how it sounds. Now I'm still missing E flat and B flat, but here at the top, as another commenter on the video pointed out, we are in a mini world of D flat major, and those two notes fit perfectly here. The E flat can be a melodic note between D flat and F. The B flat can be a melodic note between A flat and C. So to summarize, the harmony of the loop is a C major triad with a few tertian extensions. On to the rhythm. To add depth in terms of rhythm, I simply assigned each group of 1 to 3 notes its own rhythmic pattern. I started with steady quarter notes for the bass C. The E was added as offbeats. With the eighth notes taken care of, I moved on to 16ths for some octave Gs. And more 16ths for the B and D. With the B and D alternating, we have started to become just a little bit more melodic. This trend continues with some triplets for the F sharp and A, with another G included melodically between them. Next, the melodicness increases with a jaunty tune covering D flat, E flat, and F. Then a melodic cross rhythm of 4 against the 3. Here, the A flat, B flat, and top C, arranged melodically, are the 4 of the cross rhythm, and the 3 are the bass C quarter notes. Finally, some quarter note triplets on the top F. And actually, the whole reason I included the top F at all is because I really wanted to add quarter note triplets as another layer of cross rhythm. And so, that's how I selected the rhythms. In terms of instrumentation, I chose the marimba because I think it sounds very nice when used for these cross rhythms and repeating patterns. And that's every decision explained. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Please do let me know if you have any remaining questions or comments about my loop. Let's hear the whole thing again.